January the 1st, 2017. Wow, I just said something just like that about a year ago. Wow, I was really close to that. Anyways, this is Pluto, and this is Pluto when you're on drugs. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. But look, I wanted to point out in this picture, this nice overlay, that I did not align the two together at all. I just put this, actually I did align the two together, but I just lined up this one area, like I pointed out in the last video. I just lined up this one little stretch right here, because I knew that was the same thing as this area right here in the side that comes off this beautiful three-dimensional weather pattern that was in the Atlantic one day. Well, it's rare to see these two. It is so rare to see one this beautiful. And this is, you have to understand, this is actually, this image is not as good as it was when I originally viewed it or saved it, because it's been done so many times and it kind of degrades after a while. But when I first seen this in the weather, it was just, I was just mesmerized. I mean, mesmerized. Look at that thing. Look at that. That totally looks like an open wound. It totally looks like an open wound on something. If you've never seen one before, I don't know. That's crazy to see that on the Earth. In the weather. Because I know that when just knowing that the weather shows the surface of the Earth, that really is a shock to me to see this. And you can think weather shows whatever you want, but I'm telling you right now, the weather shows the surface of the Earth from my experience. And that, it was a beautiful day when I seen this. It was a beautiful day. You could totally see these were like walls that dropped down, and then you see the next layer. It was like, it looks like it's hundreds of feet down or whatever, or even maybe miles down before it hits the next. Before it hits that mantle layer, then it curves around. You know what I mean? It's like a big cliff drop off around the edge here. Is what it looks like. You know what I mean? This is the mantle layer, and then you got to go up the cliff to get to the top of the crust layer, which would be right out here. That's what it looks like to me. This part, anyway. This part may not look so much like an edge, but you can still see there is an edge there. And then this part right here is just wicked. How it comes off that and then kind of pours down this way. That is interesting. Because, and like I pointed out in the last video, this is, what is it? This place here, it's the same thing. That pattern right there is the same thing. Because when you look at Australia, you see this big round curve. Now it's lined up right near Australia, but it's not over this spot. But if I was to move this over Australia, this part would fit right around the curve, and this would go down here to Tasmania, or whatever this is called. Tanzania, I think it's Tasmania, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to call it the wrong thing, because I just watched a documentary on it yesterday, so I should know the name of it, you'd think. But it don't want to come up even. It doesn't even matter, right? I'm just trying to point that out, that this right here is the same thing as this. You see that there's the coastline of Australia right there in this weather. Even though this weather is in the Atlantic next to this, the Sahara. Now you know what happened to the lost city of Atlantis or whatever. That's where it went. There it is, right there, gone in there, in that hole. This is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It crosses right over the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. I think that's super interesting to see that in the weather anyway. And then have it match the backwards lunar, Mare Oriental pattern so well, and show Europe like this. Watch, look at this over here. When you look at Croatia and that area by Italy, look at how it's got this little. I did not align this stuff. This stuff I did not even look at till after I made the other video. Actually, till just a few minutes ago. You can see like a lot of the features in Africa. And I can see the outline of the Mediterranean right there. That area of the Mediterranean. I can see it. And I can see Greece really good in there. Oh yeah. Everything's all the lines are in the right direction. That is super interesting. So that means, Mare Oriental in the Atlantic right here is a really good alignment that shows, because the weather, this weather alignment with Mare Oriental, it shows that that's a proper, this hole is right here, is what it shows. I mean, not where I have it overlaid, but where I seen it. It's this hole is right where I seen it in the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, I've seen similar ones since then, but nothing like this, and nothing like this. I may have missed it or something, but I usually check it pretty often. But I've seen a few that are similar to this in the same area. But man, this was such a beautiful day. I swear, this was a great picture that shows so much, and will align with many of these features you'll see, because you'll see like this shape over here too in the Pacific, North Pacific, up by the Gulf of Alaska, right in here. I've already done a bunch of alignments in the past, videos on YouTube, my channel, that show so many alignments with this already. This one right here is just fascinating because it's up here in the northern hemisphere, where I seen it in this location right here. This is where it is. There's the center. Basically, that's the center almost. You know, the Azores. So that's interesting. Perfectly round circle with that drip that shows you know what I mean. But look at that's probably it would fall right about into this area right here. That pattern. Let's see. You should be able to see Iceland almost up there. Let's see. This picture. There's yeah, Iceland would be right in that spot, right in that area, right here. And this spot goes up here a little ways because, like I pointed out, there's the east coast of Australia right there. I'm not going to move it; it's perfectly aligned right now. So, but that weird shape, that is weird. It kind of goes right up to Iceland if you were to look at it where it actually was, where I spotted it right here. That thing would come around and whip right up there to this spot. And if you haven't seen the documentary on this area, this island, this is an interesting island. Very interesting island. Pretty cool. Very cool. They got this harbor. It's probably right. It's one of these places in here, probably here or over here or something, where they got all these deep sea, you know, deep sea animals or whatever you call them in the ocean, that usually live at really deep levels in the absolute dark, but they're living like, you know, in really shallow areas in the same creatures, and it's kind of an interesting thing that they're there because they got this red layer of the water and a clear layer of the water. It's just a really cool place. Back in time. So anyways, this is a good overlay. Really good. That is not Pluto, as I pointed out. I mean, it's such a good fit for just throwing it down there as well. I just threw it down there. So I've worn this out. I know you all get it now. It's just I think you might want to copy where I got this overlaid at. That's what I think. You know, get that Pluto picture and just put it where I have this. And I'm serious. You turn on if you have it set right, you can turn on your own weather, and it'll fit really good all the time. It's just you got to have good Google Earth weather. You know how that goes. It's either there or it's not. Like it's not on right. Like it's not coming on right now. But it might take a minute. Okay. Yeah, it's going to take a minute. I'll turn this other weather on. See what it gives us. It should be kind of instant there. No, that's not the right one. It's this one. Whoa. This is a different one. Nice. Look at the outline. Look at the outline. This is nice. What happened? Oh. This is rain accumulation, but check that out. Look how it goes right around that pattern. This is the first time I've ever brought this picture up. I downloaded it the other day, and it didn't come up. So I guess I left it, or I downloaded it, or I never tried to bring it up. Look how it goes right around that area. Oh yeah, nice. Just surrounds it. Wasn't aligned to it whatsoever. Oh baby, nice. Very nice indeed. So you might want to copy this pattern where I have it overlaid, as I was saying, and I'll show you right now where it is. a general idea. Get the Pluto image. See this corner where it comes down right here to the corner? Just pause the video. There it is. 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 See that? That's what you want to do. Put it right in that place. And you might even be able to get it better than me. I don't know. But that's pretty good right there for me. I'm good. I'm good with it. That's a good spot. You can see. What does that look like to you? What does it look like? It don't look like anything else on earth. That's what it looks like. This too. Nothing else on earth like this. Anywhere. You got a little tiny bit here, subduction there, whatever. But that's it. These are all written. Oh, and a little down here maybe. But there's nothing like this on the earth anywhere else. So have a great night. I think that weather thing was pretty informative. I'm going to play with that for a little while. All right, later.